Hello, welcome to Golden Tigers Enrollment. I'm really excited you are here, and I am your in-flight entertainment today. Actually, no, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. So, there's a couple things we need to cover before you head in to enroll. First and foremost, thank you so much for being here today. Last year, we were met with unprecedented turnout at our enrollment event, and it was a wonderful, wonderful problem to have. But we have made a few tweaks to enrollment today so that hopefully things can go a little bit smoother. So first and foremost, this is where you are at right now. We're gonna call it on deck. Here we'll watch this video that I'm gonna tell you about all the secret things you need to know, which they're not really secrets because I'm gonna tell you, but all the things you should know about our enrollment process today, and then hang out here and you'll be headed into the next room momentarily. We've got you in rows and seats. We'll be dismissing 10 at a time into enroll and kind of rotate people in through this room as kind of a holding room to get ready and make sure they've got all the information they need. So step one, when you head into the next room, is you'll be given an enrollment form. This will be at your registration table when you first enter, and there are a few things to it. Number one, don't worry about this top section right now. I know we're used to top-down reading, but we're gonna skip it because you're gonna head straight to the bottom. Trips and workshops. That first table you come to is gonna have our trip enrollment section. I'm really excited about these trips, and I really probably struggled to pick a favorite. But due to the unprecedented popularity that we had last semester, we are changing just a few things to help this go smoother. The first is that when you sign up on your sign-up sheet and put your name down, you're also going to pick up a little cubby card. So trip 1, trip 2, trip 3, each has colored cards. They're different colors, different fonts, but you're gonna pick up one to correspond with whatever trip you sign up for. These are also available for more popular classes and workshops too, but specifically trips is where we're talking about here. So you're gonna pick this up, and then when you go to check out, at the checkout table, you'll present this to the person checking you out. This allows the checkout person to know that you are in one of the spots on the trip and that you haven't accidentally mixed up and put yourself down on the wait list or something like that, because there's only enough of these papers for the spots on the trip. It's kind of an internal thing for us to help enrollment flow a little bit smoother, but also hopefully will help everything go smoother and help everyone move through a little quicker. I do want to tell you to pay careful attention to wait lists. Even if you've signed up for a trip on a wait list or the trip you want is full, please go ahead and put your name down on a wait list, because we're using all of this information to help us know how to better plan for future trips, but also to really have a better idea of what we're doing this semester as well. The one thing I want you to know for sure is November's day trip, as a reminder, has 2 different dates. We're gonna start with the first date, we'll fill those 40 seats, and then we'll move to the second date and fill an additional 40 seats with Golden Tigers. So we'll get to do that trip twice, we being me and whoever else shows up. So that's kind of how that'll work, so keep an eye on that. Workshops will be in that same area, and then you'll head into Arc City and Wellington classes as they're kind of laid out. The thing, we're gonna try one thing different in classes as well. We have some evening options this semester that I'm very excited about. For those evening options, at least one, be on the lookout for a neon green sign. We're going to be raffling. Rather than first come, first serve, there are a limited number of spots for those evening sections, and some of those evening sections are more ideal for those Golden Tigers who maybe are still working and aren't able to be here at enrollment today. So we'll take a set number of sign up, and then from those we'll raffle the 12 spots in that class off. We'll just draw them out of a hat, and then we'll be contacted to let you know if you've made it into that section. This is just something we're trying. We're not doing it for all of our evening classes, but just something to kind of see an idea and help us gauge the popularity of our evening classes moving forward. And something to help us gauge the popularity of our evening classes moving forward. Now, evening instructors are a little hard to get, but I am doing my best. So next from there, another thing on classes. Another thing you need to know about classes is this semester we finally have been allowed by AARP to offer the driver safety class. Now with the driver safety class, there are a limited number of seats in that, but if that first one fills up, we're gonna immediately start a wait list and try to get a second class going. So you do wanna put your name down on that wait list so that we can contact you when we have a second date available once that first one fills up, okay? So be prepared. Wait list is not necessarily bad, it just means you might be getting a phone call from me at a later date. Which, who doesn't like a phone call from me? Okay, next thing you need to know is you're gonna go through, you're going to sign up all of these classes, you're gonna put what you want, your X marks with spot, and then that number comes over here, and this math all goes down. And then you'll have some table options where you can sit down and fill out this top section. So you wanna fill it out very carefully, make sure you get everything in there. Now, if you don't know your Cali ID, do not worry, leave that blank. Do not worry about putting anything in there. I don't need a social security number. That has been a question that kind of came up last year a couple times. We ask for a social security number because when you enroll in Cali Golden Tigers, we are non-credit ed classes, so you are actually enrolling in the college. And so to make sure that we're not creating duplicate enrollments, that's kind of where that comes from. But we also assign Cali ID numbers. So don't worry about it. If you don't know it, just leave it blank. So after you sit down, fill out that top section so you're good to go. Get that all set. Then you're gonna head out. There'll be somebody pointing you where to go. Don't worry. You're gonna head over and you're going to hand that sheet to one of our roster people. Now, I haven't come up with a fancy title for them yet, so we're gonna call them the roster people for now. But they're gonna double check that you filled it all out correctly, and they're gonna go ahead and input you into the computer system so that to save me a little bit of time on the other side, but to make sure that you've got your spot held and everything is good to go on the back side of Golden Tigers enrollment. After that, they'll hand that form back to you and you'll take it to our checkout people. Our wonderful checkout people will do all that math, make sure you get set up and good to go, and then you can pay with check, cash, or credit card. Credit card is new this semester. Only one of our checkout people will be able to do credit card, so keep an eye for them. We'll point you where to go when you get there. Then they will tear this apart. Yellow copy goes with you, white copy stays with me, and take that yellow copy home, put it on your fridge, make sure you know when and where your classes are, and day trips, workshops, everything you've signed up for. That way you can make sure to not miss anything, not miss out on any of the fun. After you've checked out, you'll be able to head back out into the waiting area. Now, I know you just came from there, and that sounds like a long time from now, but by the time you've gone through the whole enrollment process, probably work up a hunger, go get a cookie, get some tea, some water. If you've missed it, make sure that you have signed your release form. If you're thinking, yes, I signed one last year, it's a new year, we've got a new release form. So make sure you sign that before you head out. If you've already done it, don't even worry about it. There also should be a table out there with some fun giveaways. You can make sure and put your name in those drawings to potentially win some stuff. So thank you so much again for being here. I'm very excited for this Golden Tigers enrollment and for fall 2022. We have some fun stuff on the horizon and it's gonna be such a blast. Thanks again for coming along for the ride.